Hello, it's Mrs. Fida. It's wonderful to see you. As we take a look at today's work, we are going to continue our subtraction algorithm, and we're going to be working with regrouping, and we're going to be moving into the hundreds place as we do that. And then on our next slide that we're going to look at, I actually am going to walk you through the setup you would need to do part of the assignment that your teacher has given you today. So let's get started. Okay, terrific. Our first problem that we're going to look at has us looking at the length of different movies. And we need to find the difference between movie A and movie B. So movie A is 86 minutes long, and movie B is 127 minutes long. How much longer is movie B than movie A? So we're looking at the difference between the two of them. And over next to the movie numbers there, we have our algorithm set up. And you can see we have our hundreds, tens, and ones place all set up. And we need to begin by choosing which one of the numbers that we have to put on top. So if we look at these two movie numbers, which movie do you think belongs on top? The length for movie A or movie B? If you chose movie B, you're right, because as you know, the larger number has to go on top in any subtraction algorithm. And we're going to compare it with the length of movie A. So there's our number sentence. And as we go about doing our number sentence, we know we're going to start in the ones place. And we're going to think, if I have 7 ones, can I take 6 ones away? Yep, I sure can. And the answer to that is 1. And as we move over into our tens place, if I have 2 tens, 20, can I take 8 tens away? I don't have enough tens. So I need to regroup my tens place. And this is where we now have to move into the hundreds place to regroup. I know that if I don't have enough tens here, I can go next door and break open this hundreds flat. And when I break open that 100s flat, 10 tens fall out. And then I also need to include the 2 tens that I already have. So now we just renamed 127 to say 12 tens and 7 ones instead of 100, 2 tens, and 7 ones. Still 127, just rearranged in a different way. So now I can take 12 and subtract 8, and I get 4. Oh, I knew that was 4 also because I counted on 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 because I found that a little bit easier. Sometimes 12 take away 8 might be a tricky subtraction problem for you. And remember, when you're subtracting, you can always use addition to subtract. Because if you recall, 8 plus 4 is 12. So thinking of your addition fact to help you solve subtraction might be useful when you're doing your algorithms. So in finishing this problem, we can see that movie B is 41 minutes longer than movie A. Let's go on to the next slide. And this particular example is exactly the same as the problem you have in one of your the assignment your teacher has given you. And when I took a look at it, I thought, wow, there are a lot of words in this problem and a lot of thinking that you need to do in order to get through the problem. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice if we kind of worked through it together and I help you set it up and then you go ahead and do the math? So here we go. Let's read the problem. Ooh, it's about snakes. Yuck. I don't like snakes. Here we go. Snake A is 36 centimeters longer than snake B. Snake C is 245 centimeters long. And snake B is 128 centimeters shorter than snake C. How long is each snake? So you can see we have snake A is this long, snake B, and snake C. I'm going to get my highlighter out because there was a lot of words in this problem. I see that we have snake A, and snake A is 36 centimeters longer than snake B. I also see that we have snake C. And look at that, it tells us snake C is 245 centimeters long. Well, they give us the answer to that one. That'll be useful. And then we have snake B. And it shows us that snake B is 128 centimeters shorter than snake C. Oh, and I know how long snake C is. Okay, and then I'll have to find out how long each snake is. So we have snake A, snake B, and snake C. They gave us some numbers. We need to figure out how to put those numbers into a picture or a model that will help us. And I remember when I read this, they told me how long snake C is. It's a good thing they told me that because that's going to be very helpful. And snake C was 240 centimeters long. The next information it tells us here is snake B. Snake B is shorter than snake C. And it even tells us that snake B is actually 128 centimeters shorter. So this part right here is 128 centimeters shorter than 245. Okay, so then that would be helpful information because that would help me here. If I know the total is 245 and I have a part that's 128, I'll be able to find the other part. And snake A is longer than B, okay? And snake A is longer than B by 36 centimeters. That's more really good information because if I know snake B's length, it would fit here, plus 36 would give me snake A's length. So now we have to think about a picture here that helps us with our thinking. It kind of took the words and put it into a picture, but we need to set up our number sentences to help us with this. We know that snake C is 245. So they gave us that answer. Wasn't that nice of them? But now if I'm going to find snake B's length, I'm going to have to do some math. Remember, our total here was 245 and snake B was 128 centimeters shorter. So that kind of told you what the number sentence would be. 245 is snake C, and snake B is 128 centimeters shorter. So I know I would take that away because it's shorter. And that's going to give me a really important answer because that's going to tell me how long snake B is. And once I know snake B's length, I would take that, and it says that snake A is 36 centimeters longer than snake B. So once I have that information, look what I could do to figure out the length of snake A. Snake A's number sentence would be what? Are we adding or subtracting to find snake A? If we take that total from snake B that we still have to find out and add 36, that will tell us how many centimeters long snake A is. So what I did for you is I took a look at that really long problem with a lot of words, especially that word snake many times, and put it into a model to help make sense of those words, and then created some number sentences that you can use to help you figure out the length of snake A and snake B. So I hope this helps you out as you're doing your work today. Remember that when you look at the Jamboard, if you need to go back and watch it again, you just have to click up here and see the example of finding the difference using your algorithm with regrouping into the hundreds place to have enough tens. And then you can go back to this slide to help you when you go to solve your step ahead on your work assigned by your teacher. I know you girls can do this. Work hard and be very careful with your basic facts as you're working with your algorithms. Okay, good luck.